This wasn't just another episode, this was the moment the shadows began shifting. The ground everyone stood on wasn't stable anymore, loyalty started cracking, and trust began to bleed. Welcome to a turning point no one saw coming. Welcome back to Marjan Reviews, where we break down the deepest twists, the emotional fractures, and the silent wars beating beneath the surface of your favorite Arabic dramas. Today we're diving into episode 6 predictions of Al-Muhajir, driven by the seismic emotional tremors from episode 5. Episode 5 didn't just push the story forward, it opened old wounds we saw. Rami's fractured dedication, the way his eyes lingered on the decision that tore his heart apart. That wasn't hesitation, that was internal battle. Laila's forced grace under pressure. Her quiet acceptance of betrayal didn't feel like strength. It felt like exhaustion. Khalid's cold calculation. He didn't react. He premeditated. These are not random emotional beats. They're cracks forming in relationships we thought were solid. The tension was not in what was said, it was in what was left unspoken. Rami walked away from the argument with a look that wasn't defeat. It was cognitive dissonance, that stage where your heart and mind fight for dominance. People change when they have to choose between who they are and who they want to be. Rami stands at that cliff. He isn't weak. He's torn. Did you notice her eyes? The brief flash of vulnerability before she composed herself. That moment showed us two things. She isn't naïve. She is highly aware her silence is not peace. It's a strategy. Khalid never resorts to emotion, he calculates. But when a strategist begins to watch people instead of outcomes, that's the first sign of losing control. Beneath every conversation in episode 5 was a silent score. Motives that weren't spoken. Notice how Rami avoided direct eye contact when Laila mentioned the decision. That tells us he knows something he hasn't admitted, even to himself. She didn't react to Khalid's provocation, but her fingers tightened. Her restraint was not calm, it was anticipation. He didn't push for answers, he observed reactions. That's the behavior of someone who already has his next move planned. Episode 5 didn't show us a battle. It showed us the aftermath of a battlefield. The power isn't with the strongest. It's with the perceived unpredictable. When alliances become unstable, the one with the least emotional attachment holds advantage. Khalid might seem distant, but his emotional distance is his weapon. Rami might seem torn. His vulnerability is his risk. Laila might appear composed. Her unresolved anger is her wildcard. Now, let's break down what episode 6 could bring based on psychological breadcrumbs and narrative momentum. Episode 6 will open with a confrontation we didn't expect, not between Rami and Khalid, but between Laila and her own conscience. Laila will confront a reminder of her past. An old friend returns with knowledge that threatens everything she's built so far. This will fracture her alliance with Rami, not because she distrusts him, but because she no longer trusts herself. Rami's guilt isn't going away, it's intensifying. In episode 6, we believe Rami will make a choice that betrays someone he loves not out of malice but out of desperation. This betrayal won't be physical. It will be emotional, withholding truth, and that will be the real fracture in trust. This is the betrayal that will hurt hardest because it will come from someone who truly believed they were doing the right thing. Khalid won't play his hand yet, but he's already affecting outcomes silently. Expect episode 6 to reveal Khalid's deeper motive, a hidden connection to Laila's past, a plan that puts Rami at the center of his strategy. This will shift the power dynamics entirely, not through confrontation but through psychological manipulation. Because the strongest control is not by force but by knowing exactly what someone fears most. Was this the moment Rami began to lose control? Could Laila have reacted differently? What would you do in this situation if you were trapped between love and guilt? Drop your theories in the comments. The most compelling one might be featured in our episode 7 predictions. If you enjoyed this deep emotional breakdown and intense predictions, make sure you subscribe to Marjan Reviews, comment your theory below, like the video to help our community grow.